Hello everyone, and welcome back to Not Without Vision. My name's Janelle, and today I am gonna take you on the path of sewing a straight line, or how I sew a straight line, let's put it that way. So what I'm using is, I believe it's called a quilting and piecing Singer sewing machine, if I remember the name correctly. And I am making a quilt, and I figured this is a great time to show you how I sew a straight line. I hope it's straight. I mean, it's as straight as I can get it. But anyway, a lot of people ask me, how do I sew? I mean, even a straight line. And so I figured this would be a good time to do it because I am just now starting the binding process of my quilt. It's a queen size quilt, so it is a heavy quilt to be maneuvering around. So what I do, which like I said, I've already started on this path. So I'll snip here to show you how I do this. So what I do is like I said, I'm using a 1/4 inch piecing foot is what it's called. And since I've already got some stitches in there, I'm gonna line this up just a bit back. What I do is I line up the right side of the fabric with the right side outside of the foot on the right side, so that you get that 1/4 inch seam there. And I try to line it up as best as I can, and I use that as my guide to keep my fabric straight with. And then I just go on, and I usually keep one finger on the outside so I feel that the fabric is staying pretty much where it needs to be, and if it doesn't, I guide it to where it does. And like I said, this is a queen size quilt, so it's kind of heavy, so I got to keep maneuvering it. And also, since I'm coming up to a corner here, and I'm going to run into a problem. When I do my binding of quilts, I use curved safety pins, and I forgot to take out a few of them, so I end up having to take them out along the way so that I don't break my needle or anything. It is important that you keep your fabric as straight as possible because you don't want the stress of the weight of the fabric tugging or pulling where it doesn't need to. And so yeah, this is just, I mean, there's no adaptations whatsoever. I have just glass head pins is what I use to pin my binding, or bias tape is what is a more common name for it, to my fabric. And I put them in there. I guess from my perspective it would be horizontal. Okay, and this is a corner, so I have miracle clips is what they're called, and I have this, a triangle flap is the best way to explain it here. And so I want to move that out of the way. And I take my thing all the way to the edge, and I go off the edge of the quilt at an angle. And that's one whole line. So yeah, and I know it's not high contrasting thread, so you can see the line and stuff like that, but it's there. You might be able to see some of it on this side, where the prints are a little bit better, more contrasting here. But yep, that's how I sew. So I will be doing some videos on quilting and things like that. A lot of people ask me how I do that. It's a big question I keep getting asked. So I figured I'd just show everybody, and hopefully that answers your question. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I hope you have a good day. GoPro, stop recording.